Hey guys, it's Kamikaze here today, and today I wanted to talk about Titans. Now, if you have been a fan of the channel for a while, or even have just watched a couple of my videos, you know that I am definitely outspoken against a lot of issues in Warbots. Now, I know that I've been like that before, but I am actually super excited for Titans. Really excited, actually. So you're probably wondering why. Well, let's get into it, everyone. Alright, now before you guys go crazy in the comments section, because I know any time that I talk positively about Warbots, you guys go down to the comment section and you write some really weird comments. I'm not even joking, man. I remember one time there was a comment because I said something about like one of the updates. It was one of like update 5.3 or something. And there was this person in my comment section and they actually said they're what was the comment? Oh my god. So it was talking about Stan, and they're like, you know what? I think you know Stan has a gun to Kamikaze's head, and I'm like, oh my god. They thought that Stan was threatening me, and they also thought that Stan was the Warbots owner. It was a weird comment, okay? I was a little bit creeped out by it, to be honest. So don't make those comments, okay? Because those creep me out. But like, dude, I'm actually kind of excited for the Warbots Titans, and I want to explain why. Now, the Warbots Titans, for those of you guys that don't really know about them, they have been on the test server for, I think, about a month or so, a month and a half maybe, and so this is a completely new feature into Warbots. They are a completely different class of robots, I guess. You can't even really call them robots anymore. I don't know. But they are Titans. Now, they're supposedly supposed to have 2 times the durability, 2 times the firepower, and they're twice the size. Now, we've seen that on the test server, and it's a little crazy, I gotta admit. But the thing is, they are not twice as powerful as a regular robot, because you know why? They actually have extremely reduced speed, and that's something that I want to talk about first. Now, the Titans have reduced speed compared to almost any other robot in the game. Now, in the past years, Warbots has slowly been speeding up how fast robots go. Now we have robots like the Hellburner that if you have like pilots and everything and boosters, you can go probably about 160, 170 kilometers per hour. I actually have all the speed boosters on my Hellburner, and it goes around there, I'm pretty sure. Now, you know, that was not always the case. Warbots, you know, the fastest robots in Warbots back in the day actually only went about like 66 kilometers per hour. And that was like the Gepard and other robots like that. So Warbots has been slowly speeding robots up. And to be honest, you know, I would like to go back to, every once in a while, go back to the days when Warbots was slower. Now, I'm not saying that the game, you know, I want the game to always be slow. I just want a chance to be able to run robots and stuff like that that are slower, you know, a slower game, going back to the good old days, you know, classic Warbots. Now, a lot of players definitely share my opinion on that. I was not around when that was a thing, you know. I joined the game about a year and a half ago, so Warbots was kind of like it is now today, except a lot of things are different, of course, but like, you know, the speed, it hasn't changed too much in the past 2 years compared to what it was like 4 years ago. Warbots used to be so much slower, you know, back in the day, and I was not around for that. Now, I would like to see how the game would be like that, and, well, Titans, I feel, are our view into that. They are a way for us in Champion League, us Champion League players, and even players in Diamond, Expert, and leagues like that just want to go back to the days when years ago, or even in the lower leagues where they had robots that were much slower and it was a slower game. And that's exactly what Titans are. They are robots kind of situated like an old robot would be, except of course with a ton of durability. So they're slower, they have some of the same kind of abilities, simpler abilities in my opinion. You know, we have things like the Arthur with the shields, with the little shields like a Gareth and Galahad would have, and that's something that we don't see often in Warbots in Champion League, of course. You know, we have the Kid, things like that, you know. And then, of course, we have the Ming, which now, of course, hovering is definitely a newer ability, but it's just got that older feel to it. And I think it's going to be just a great way to sit back and relax a little bit, rather than having to go up against these super quick bots that we have today. Next up, I want to talk about the map changes. Now, the maps did have to be changed in order for Titans really to work effectively on some of these maps. So there were a bunch of map changes we had in this update, and I think maybe we'll see some more map changes next update. But there were some interesting things that happened, and after looking at them a little bit closer, I was actually getting a little bit more excited about these map changes. Now, the two main ones were definitely Springfield and Carrier. Now, Carrier, we'll talk about that last, of course, but Springfield is the main one. Springfield, as we know, has been an extremely, sniper map. People call it their least favorite map because it's just dominated by snipers and campers and stuff like that. And for the most part, people just don't like that. Really and truly, people don't like these sniper maps. Now, they changed up Springfield, and what they did was they took out some cover. Now, of course, that probably seems like, oh my goodness, that's going to make it even more snipey, because less cover means that these brawler robots are going to have, less places to hide. But actually, I don't believe that to be the case. You see, they knocked down a bunch of the bridges, and that actually does something for robots, because you see, you can run up those bridges if you wanted to. So when I remember I was playing the game, and so you know how there's a bridge all the way on the other side, and now it's broken? Well, before you would have had to go down that bridge, go along it, to actually get to their home beacon, and that would have instantly killed me. And I was running on my Hellburner, of course, but now that the bridges were open, it actually opened my eyes up to something different. You see, I went for center beacon, and oftentimes you just kind of sit there and wait for yourself to die, because if you run anywhere else, you're going to basically get instant killed by a sniper or something like that. So I was just kind of sitting there, and then I realized, holy crap, I can make a beeline straight for home beacon without having to cross that long bridge, and it saved me so much time. I got to that beacon, I captured the beacon, and instantly, it's like if there was a sniper or something there, you could easily get that player. So I think it actually made Springfield a more brawlier map. It, made snipers and players like that just kind of campers, it made it harder for them to utilize their weapons and destroy people, because to be honest, camping is just not as fun as brawling. Everyone knows that. Now, next up we have Carrier. Carrier is definitely a brawling map, but one thing that it did, I don't think it made it really any more brawl worthy, I guess, but it actually opened up the map and made it more exciting. Now, there was a little place kind of on the side, one of the sides, you guys know what I'm talking about, where it has like the three really tall pillar kind of things, and basically you couldn't cross in between that. You kind of had to, you couldn't zigzag in between it because there was a wall. There was a wall stopping you from doing that. Well, in order to have Titans into the game, they removed that wall. Now, what does that do? That allows us to be able to use that so much more effectively, because now we can get in that wall, basically, we can zigzag in between, and we can use that side of the map that was never really we never really had the ability to use that side of the map, ever. And also, it added a couple more places for robots to move up to. It added some ramps on the side, and what that's going to do is that's going to allow people to basically get up there and get back into the game a little bit better. So Titans now, you're going to be able to move up and switch in between the levels much quicker, which I believe to be a major plus strategically. Like, that's going to be a major plus. It's going to allow for players to run up those ramps and get behind cover, and it's going to allow for a lot of different playstyles that we haven't seen on Carrier before. Before, it was just kind of a brawl match where you were fighting for center for like 5 minutes, and then eventually one of the teams would deplete all their bots and stuff, and then you just rush them. But now I feel like there are a lot of different ways to play that map now that we have those ramps and stuff like that. So definitely, it's going to be interesting. Now, although I do believe that those are positive changes, definitely, I really like the Titan changes and the map changes that came along with the Titans. There are some things that there are some red flags that I'm definitely a little bit worried about. A lot, actually. Now, you see on the last test server, there was a new currency called Platinum. Now, at first, I thought that all Titans would be, you could upgrade them with silver. Now, also, a good thing is that they are instant upgrades. 0 minutes, 0 seconds, no upgrade times whatsoever. Boom, major plus. You can grind it instantly. And that's what I thought. I thought you could just grind silver, get a bunch of silver, get a couple million of silver, and then upgrade your Titan instantly without having to have those upgrade timers and stuff like that. But there's a little bit of a red flag with that. and that is platinum. You see, any time that there is a new currency in the game, I get a little bit worried because you don't understand how that, how platinum's going to work. No one really knows how it's going to work. I don't know how it's going to work. We could get onto the live server, and maybe platinum is something that is really hard to buy. It's really hard to get. You can't really grind for it. You got to do something like that. And one of the easiest ways is to pay your way out of it. And then so all the pay-to-win players would have their max Titans, and we would be left with not very much. Now, I hope that's worst case scenario, of course, for platinum. So I want to, look over that and hopefully make sure that platinum will be a plentiful resource for pay-to-wins and free-to-plays alike. I'm hoping. I am crossing my fingers so much because I'm a little bit worried about that. Now, also, what was the other one that I wanted to talk about? Yes, okay. So the way that Whereabouts is kind of situated is not too good right now because the issue is lag. I'm going to be outright with you. Lag is a major issue in Whereabouts. I'm running a Samsung S10. Like, that's it's one of the better phones on Android that you can get. One of the better, it's like one of the top ones, really. It's a really nice phone. It has 8 gigabytes of RAM. It's got all this stuff. It's really nice. It's a really nice phone. We have to understand that. I have to make sure that you guys understand that it's a nice phone, and it lags on Whereabouts. This phone has not lagged on any other game except for Whereabouts. Seriously, I'm not even joking. Like, I've played Call of Duty max settings, the max FPS, max graphics, everything that you can do on Call of Duty, I activated basically, and no lag. Now, I go into Whereabouts and it lags, so there is an issue there, What the heck is going on? And the weird thing is that when Titans came out onto the test server, it began to lag even more so than it ever had before. And I guess that makes sense. Titans are twice the size. They're probably going to use up a lot more resources in the game. And I really feel like this could be an issue because continuously throughout the 2019 season, Whereabouts has slowly been lagging for players more and more after each update. There have been a lot of issues and things in terms of that. And I'm not a computer scientist, of course, but I know that there is a thing called like optimization, some stuff like that, where you can make your server, you have to make your server stable. And at the end of the day, that is a big deal because lag is a pet peeve of most. I know I do post commentary sometimes because whenever my phone lags, I flip out. And I don't want that, being recorded and putting on my YouTube channel of me just flipping out because, well, that's not good. You don't want to you don't want to record a video of yourself flipping out in Whereabouts, So I do post commentary, and that just goes to show that people hate lag, including myself. I think myself more so than others because I don't know, it's just a pet peeve of mine. But like, dude, they really need to look into lag and hopefully make sure that when Titans are released that they don't create something like that. Like, it was a big deal when I was on my Samsung S7, like I could barely even play Whereabouts. Like, it was borderline, my phone was about to burst into flames. Like, I could sometimes play other games decently with not very low lag, but a decent amount of lag. But as soon as I went on to Whereabouts, oh my god, it went down to like 15 FPS. It was not working at all. And Whereabouts is not a game that should be too resource intensive. I mean, it's a 180p game at maximum, 30 FPS at maximum. It should not be using up that many resources. But evidently it does, and it lags my phone out so much. So I think it's an issue, I think, with a server, with an actual Whereabouts server, not really anything else. So I think they need to look into maybe updating the server or doing something with that. And I know that they definitely do. Like, they definitely do look at that, but I think they really need to focus a lot more on that because that is becoming an increasing issue for a lot of players. Because a lot of players don't run on newer phones. Like, a lot of players just don't do that. They run on older phones that are maybe a couple years old, your Samsung S7s, S8s, S9s, whatever, and you can't have that much lag because that's not from like a Whereabouts point of view, from like Pixonic's point of view, that can't be good for business. If your game is practically unplayable for lower tier phones that are owned by the majority, well, that's not good because, well, then they can't really play your game, and that means less money for Pixonic. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I hope they definitely work on it a little bit more. But that's two of my worries about Titans is the new currency and of course the lag issues that could come with the new Titans. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to me blabbering on about how I like Titans and a couple of red flags I've seen with Titans. So have a great day, everyone. Please be safe. Like and subscribe. Do it. Do it now because it helps out my channel. This video. It helps out everything basically relating to my channel, and I will literally come to your house and give you a hug if you subscribe. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that, but because that'd be creepy and I'd be stalking. All right, I'm gonna end this video now. See you guys.